Hey guys, welcome back to Versatile Knowledge, and in this episode of the Technology Explained show, we will be doing the weekly news and analysis of all the happenings in the world of technology, and we are beginning right away. So guys, the first update is coming from Apple and it's about the next upcoming iPhone, the iPhone SE. Yes, it has been confirmed by several internal sources that the next upcoming iPhone or the budget iPhone will be named as the iPhone SE. The original iPhone SE, called the iPhone Special Edition, was launched in 2016 in the March event back then. So 4 years later, Apple has decided to refresh this SE model, and this time, as people were expecting, it will neither be called as the iPhone SE 2 nor it will be called as the iPhone 9 and 9 Plus. Instead, it will be named as the iPhone SE, which will actually mean the iPhone 2nd edition. And this time around, the iPhone 2nd edition will be launching on April 14th. So previously, a couple of days back, it had been actually rumored, or it had been posted on a lot of blogs, that the iPhone can drop as soon as April 3rd or April 4th, but it did not happen. Originally, the Apple iPhone SE had to be launched on March 31st and sale had to be started on April 3rd. But due to coronavirus lockdowns, the iPhone SE's production, manufacturing and delivery and distribution, everything just got delayed, and the launch date of the iPhone SE, the 2020 model of the budget iPhone, is set to the April 14th. There is a brilliant reason behind this, and this is actually a marketing strategy from Apple, guys. OnePlus had actually decided that their OnePlus next series of smartphones, OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro, will be launching on April 14th, and Apple, to just take the limelight from the other brands, which they have done previously as well, has just decided that they'll be launching their new iPhone SE on that day. And this iPhone SE will be competing in the same price range of around OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pros. So if I'm not wrong, iPhone SE will be priced somewhere around $399 to $500 across all the variants. So this is the same price range of OnePlus 8, and people who are actually very much interested in OnePlus 8 might even choose this budget iPhone models. So this is a pure marketing strategy that iPhone or the Apple guys have taken forward, and it is actually confirmed that Apple will be launching the iPhone SE on April 14th, and the sale of the first iPhone will be starting on April 22nd. So guys, the second update is coming from OnePlus. If you guys actually own a OnePlus 70 or OnePlus 70 Pro smartphones, then you might have actually received a software update, OTA update, which we call. The changes that is present in this update are March security update or the security patch, improved RAM management, optimized performance, and also improved stability in taking slow motion videos. And also there was an issue with a lot of OnePlus devices that if they take a screenshot, it will be just disappeared from the gallery. This issue has also been fixed in this recent update. So if you guys have an OnePlus 70 or OnePlus 70 Pro smartphone, go to settings and software update and just check whether you got your update or not. And if you have got it, just update it, and all these issues will be fixed and the performance will be slightly improved. So guys, the third update is coming from Zoom. If you guys know, this application Zoom is the most downloaded application from the Google Play Store in the world. It surpassed TikTok, it surpassed Instagram, it surpassed WhatsApp and everything in a shorter span of time, only because of the coronavirus lockdowns, and a lot of people are working from home. Zoom is actually one of the most used meeting applications, just like how we have Skype, Google Meet and other applications. I use Zoom for all the work from home purposes, and I've been using it for a very long time, even before this lockdown. So it is actually a very good application and a hassle-free experience to have a lot of people in the same meeting when you're working from remote location and things as such. But Zoom, since many users started using at a single instant of time, like 50 million, 60 million people started downloading the Zoom application at one instant of time, had a security issues that started tracing up on the internet. Zoom had security problems, like whenever users record these meetings and save it on their local drives or save it in their servers, it used to get leaked on the internet. Some users private meetings used to get leaked on the internet, and some users have also experienced that if they're talking with a couple of people and there will be some person which is not even included in their company or in their meeting used to get joined to these meetings. And there was also a name that was coined called Zoom bombing, that was introduced for all these hacks that was happening on Zoom. And recently Zoom actually acknowledged all these security issues that was actually happening on the Zoom application, and they have released an update on April 5th for fixing all these security issues. This update actually brings a lot of security improvements, starting with the password feature. So if you guys have scheduled any meetings, the meeting link will actually have a password for that respective meeting. If the user or the recipient has received the meeting link, if he or she enters the password, then only they can enter the meeting. If you're sending a one-on-one Zoom meeting to someone else, there is also a new feature called Admit, which if you click only, then only users can get admitted to the meeting. So this is also a new security feature that Zoom has introduced. So guys, next update is coming from Aarogya Setu. So if you guys know, Government of India had actually introduced this Corona Kavach application a couple of weeks back, and this Aarogya Setu application that has been launched is just like, upgraded version of the same Corona Kavach application. And this application has got over 10 million downloads already, and it is a very good application. It gives direct real information, not fake WhatsApp forward kind of real information about the COVID-19. It explains everything about what you need to know about coronavirus, how do you need to safeguard yourself. And the most important feature of this application is that it uses the Bluetooth and the GPS of your device, and if you're walking or if you're staying in your homes or if you're staying in any neighborhood, it will actually locate you, and it will locate the neighborhoods as well, and it will give you a notification whether you're in a safe neighborhood or not. And it will also tell you that if any infected persons or if any coronavirus positive people are roaming around you, or if they have visited the place that you are currently staying in, or if they have visited the place that you're currently visiting too. So this is a very important feature and a very good feature that has been taken inside this Aarogya Setu application, guys. If you guys have still not installed this Aarogya Setu application, you guys can go to the link in the description, which is the Google Play Store's direct link. Just go ahead and download this app. There is also a set of questions that is present. It will actually ask you based on which you can ensure that you have to get yourself coronavirus tested or not as well, like asking whether you have traveled to some foreign countries in the last few days or something. So be as true or as transparent as possible on the application, so that it will help you to protect yourself and as well as your family members and friends. So guys, the next update is coming from OnePlus, and this is regarding the press interview that Pete Lau actually gave a few days back about the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro devices. And in an interview, he has actually said that the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro devices price, he silently revealed the prices, and he actually said that the topmost version of the OnePlus 8 Pro will not be priced over $1,000. This was actually known to most of the users, guys. See, OnePlus pricing strategy or any flagship killer brand's pricing strategy will be like this. They will start by pricing the smartphones as cheap and as low as possible. For example of OnePlus One or Poco F1. When OnePlus started as a company back in 2013, it launched OnePlus One, which was dirt cheap at around $300 or something, and offering all flagship grade features. Slowly they moved from the flagship killer category to the flagship category. That means they are now competing in the lines of the Apple, Samsung, Huawei, Google Pixels and other flagship brands or other flagship products in the market. You can't expect OnePlus 8 to be priced as cheap as the generation of the OnePlus 2s or 3s, etc. The reason behind the products are getting costlier, the technology that goes into making these smartphones is getting costlier, and the components and the amount of features that is included in these products are also getting costlier, and the R&D that is involved in making these products is also getting costlier. It is an exponential growth that OnePlus has seen in terms of features, hence in terms of price as well. So OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro smartphones, as our prediction has been from the last, if you have not seen our OnePlus 8 video, I'll be leaving the link in the description for that as well. I've actually predicted that the OnePlus 8 will be priced at around 39,000 and 44,000, and OnePlus 8 Pro might be priced at around 55,000 and 60 or 61,000. That is what my prediction actually goes. I'm not sure whether it will be wrong or right, and OnePlus CEO actually confirms that the price of the costliest OnePlus 8 Pro, that is the 12GB, 512GB of the OnePlus 8 Pro, will be somewhere around $900 or $950. That means the cheapest variant of Galaxy S20 plus 5G is the costliest variant of the OnePlus 8 Pro 5G. So guys, the next update is actually coming from Apple, and this is about an excellent feature that Apple has included in their new iPad Pros that they launched a few days back. iPad Pro 11 and iPad Pro 12.9 inches has a new feature called automatic hardware microphone disconnect feature. So for example, if you guys are using your iPad Pro and you're using any flip case or any keyboard case that they have launched, and if you close the keyboard case and place it somewhere, you just close the keyboard keyboard case also, the microphone of your iPad will be disconnected. So this is actually a great feature that they have included on this iPad Pro's device. So 2017 MacBook Pro also included the Apple's security chip for having more secure folders and more secure transmission of data from one device to another device and everything else as such. And this enhancement of security has been actually carried forwarded to the iPad Pro as well with this hardware microphone disconnect feature. If you're using your iPad Pro 2020 edition and if you close your flip cover or keyboard cover, when the device sensors recognize that the flip cover is closed, automatically the microphone will get disconnected from all the snooping that is happening. So if hackers want to anonymously hear all the conversations on your happening near your iPad Pro devices or something like that, it will not happen if that lid is closed of your flip cover. So this is because of the hardware microphone disconnect feature that they'll be including. And also this feature will be brought to the newer generation of iPads and the newer generation of iPhones as well. So that is an excellent feature, guys. So guys, the next update is coming from Xiaomi, or the Xiaomi sub-brand Poco. So we all are waiting for the launch of Poco F2. We all know C. Manmohan, who is the head of Poco India, he did a live Q&A session where he actually confirmed to all his fans and all the supporters of Poco that the Poco F2 will not be a Redmi K30 Pro rebranded version. First point. And Poco F2 is certainly coming. The third point, he also confirmed that Poco F2 will not be as cheap as Poco F1, which was actually at 21,000 rupees. And now we have seen a listing thanks to the leakster Mukul Sharma at the Stuff Listings on Twitter. He actually says that there are two Poco phones that has been listed on BIS certification, that is Indian Bureau Standard certification. He actually says that two devices from Poco with the code names BN54 and BN53 has been listed on the BIS certification, and he has actually managed to take that listing and it actually says there is the brand name as Poco. That means we are actually sure that there are two Poco devices that is coming soon. And as per another internal information that I can give you guys is Poco is launching a new smartphone as soon as April end, guys. If everything goes well and lockdown gets lifted and everything is fine in the world, they'll be launching this smartphone in the last week of April and sale might go on in the first week of May. I'm not sure whether this is the Poco F2 or the upgraded version of the Poco X2 or something else, but certainly a new smartphone from Poco is coming, and this year we can expect as many as 5 new smartphones from Poco to be launched. So guys, the next update or the last update is coming from OnePlus this time. OnePlus is actually launching the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro, as we already know, and that phone will have a display which has been rated as A+ by DisplayMate, and it has also broken 13 records and blah blah blah. The new OnePlus 8 series of smartphones will have 90 Hz refresh rate on the OnePlus 8, 20 Hz refresh rate on the OnePlus 8 Pro, and both the devices are expected to be coming with MEMC chip for the displays. So if you guys actually don't know what is MEMC, this technology has been on televisions for a very long time, guys. If you guys have seen top-end OLED televisions, it actually has MEMC feature, which will actually have a switch where you can turn off and turn on MEMC feature. MEMC means motion estimation, motion compensation. So for example, if you guys are watching this video, it is shot in 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second, and this is actually converted to 60 fps and upload it on YouTube. Or if someone is shooting a video of 24 fps and they convert the frame of the video to 60 frames per second, this actually happens by a separate algorithm and separate chip that will be present on the SoC, which is called MEMC chip. Motion estimation, motion compensation chip is a separate hardware that will be present on the SoC or the system on chip as well, which will actually help us to run few algorithms on the video that is running, and it will analyze, it will estimate if these and these are the frames that is playing in 24 frames, these and these might be frames that should be playing in 60 frames per second. So what happens is, if some 24 fps video is playing and it is played back at 60 fps with MEMC turned on, it will look more smoother. So why is this so important is because OnePlus 8 Pro will be having the top-notch Samsung's 120 Hz refresh rate display. That means if you're using a OnePlus 8 Pro smartphone and this MEMC feature is there in somewhere in settings, whichever the supported platforms has MEMC support, whichever frame per second that video is shot on, this MEMC will estimate and compensate for the missing frames and make it more smoother at 120 frames per second, so that the complete hardware facility of 120 Hz refresh rate is utilized on the display. Whatever you guys are viewing on your screen will look extra buttery smooth, guys. So guys, that's it for the most important weekly news and analysis of what has happened in this week. If you guys have liked this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, guys.